Hello everyone, welcome to Pushpa's English classes. I hope everybody is doing good. So today we are going to do a text Bholi. I've taken this text from grade 10 English supplementary reader, Footprints Without Feet. So this Bholi text is written by K. Abbas. So we'll do the text in details. So the text Bholi is about a girl whose name was Sulekha. But since her childhood, everybody called her Bholi, the simpleton. The simpleton here means a person who can easily be fooled by others. So this text is about how this girl goes transformation or undergoes transformation from Bholi to being real Sulekha. So if you ask me the meaning of Sulekha, Sulekha means a girl who has got good sense of letters, a educated girl. So there is something in the story. As you read the story, we'll come to know that there is something which helps this girl from being called Bholi to Sulekha. She emerges as Sulekha in the end of the story. So we'll start with the story. The first page tells us about who is Sulekha, what happened to her, what was her childhood days. Okay, she was the fourth daughter of Nambaldar Ramlal. So her father's name was Ramlal and he was a revenue officer. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off her cot, and because of that, some part of the brain got damaged. That is the reason why Bholi was, referred to as Bholi, the simpleton, because of that incident. She remained a backward child. She became a slow learner. So when she was born, she was fair and pretty, but when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured by deep black pock marks. So we see that when she was born, she was very pretty and fair, but when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox, as a result of which her entire body had black pock marks. Okay. She spoke a bit late, so she started speaking when she was 5 years old, and that too she used to stammer. And this was the reason why our other children used to make fun of her. As a result, she talked very little. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and she was the youngest of them all. Ramlal was a prosperous farmer, and there was plenty to eat and drink in their house. So out of the 7 children, it was only Bholi who was not healthy and strong. Rest everybody was healthy and strong. So you can see that I've underlined few important lines in this text. I want you to go through it. You can make use of this in your answers as well. The sons had been sent to the city to study in schools and later in colleges. So we know that the sons of the house were sent to school, colleges. But what about the daughters? Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had already been married. So we know eldest daughter is married. The second daughter, Mangla, is also married and settled. So now Champa was the third daughter. They were all good looking, healthy girls, and it was not difficult to find bridegrooms for them. So all the rest daughters were good to look at. They were healthy girls, so it was not difficult to find bridegrooms for them. But Ramlal was worried about Bholi. She neither had good looks nor intelligence. So often you get a question in your board exam saying that what was the reason, why was Ramlal worried for Bholi? So Ramlal was worried for Bholi because she had neither good looks nor intelligence. So we move to the next part of the text, the second page of the text. Bholi was 7 years old when Mangla was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village. The Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. He said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, you are the representative of the government in the village, and so you must set an example to the villagers. You must send your daughters to school. So Bholi was 7 years old when, third daughter Mangla got married. The same year, a primary school was opened in the school, and the Tehsildar, the officer, said that Ramlal, you should send your daughters because you being a revenue officer, you need to set an example to the villagers. That night when Ramlal consulted his wife, she cried, are you crazy? If girls go to school, who will marry them? So you see here that Bholi's mother represents a typical woman who believes that girls are not to be sent to school because if you educate them, they will not get married. On the other hand, we have seen that Ramlal children, the boys especially, they are going to schools and colleges, but not the girls. Even the mother of Bholi believes that if girls are sent to school, it will be difficult for them to get married. But Ramlal could not disobey the Tehsildar. At last his wife said, Okay. At last his wife said, I will tell you what to do. Send Bholi to school. As it is, there is little chance of her getting married. With her ugly face and lack of sense, let the teachers at school worry about her. So we see that even the parents do not have a good opinion of Bholi. So they believe that why should we bother? Anyway, she doesn't have good looks. She'll not get married. So send her to school. No problem. The teachers will worry about her. Okay. So the Ramlal and his wife, they finally agreed to send her to school. The next day, Ramlal caught Bholi by her hand and said, come with me, I will take you to school. Bholi was frightened. This part of the text is very important. You get a question, why was Bholi frightened to go to school? She did not know what a school was like. Bholi did not know what a school was like, and a few days ago she remembers that her old cow by the name of Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold. That was the reason Bholi was scared. Bholi was frightened. She thought that she would also be sold like her old cow Lakshmi, who was taken out of the house and sold. So that is the reason she says, no, no, no. She shouted in terror and pulled her hand away from her father's grip. So this part is also very important. You get a question in your exams. Why was Bholi scared to go to school, or why was Bholi frightened to go to school? So you have to write this part of the text. What's the matter with you, you fool? Shouted Ramlal. I'm only taking you to school, that he told his wife. Let her wear some decent clothes today, or else what will the teachers and the other schoolgirls think of us when they see her? So Ramlal is saying to his wife that let her wear some decent clothes today, or else what will other people think of us? New clothes had never been made for Bholi. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. Bholi never got a chance to wear new dresses because she always used to wear hand-down dresses of her sisters. No one cared to mend or wash her clothes. But today she was lucky to receive a clean dress which had shrunk after many washes and no longer fitted Champa. So now today she was happy to wear a new dress, which had shrunk after many washings and no longer fitted Champa. Now this Champa could not wear this dress, so this was handed over to Bholi. She was given a shower and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair. Only then she could believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. Now why this place called school is better than the home? Because this is the first time she's getting good dress, right? For the first time somebody is putting oil in her hair. So this made her believe that maybe she's going to a place better than her home. When they reached the school, the children were already in their classrooms. Ramlar handed over his daughter to the headmistress. So we see that now Bholi enters the school. Now this poor girl looked about her with fear-laden eyes. There were several rooms, and each room girls were squatted on mats, reading books or writing. The headmistress asked Bholi to sit down in a corner in one of the classrooms. This girl who has never seen school, who did not know what a school looked like, she was a bit scared, as it is revealed from her fear-laden eyes. So when she entered school, she saw everybody sitting or writing something. The headmistress asked Bholi to sit in one of the classrooms. Bholi did not know what exactly a school was like and what happened there, but was glad to find so many girls almost of her age present there. She hoped that one of these girls might become her friend. Since it was Bholi's first day at school, she had no idea what exactly a school was, what was the purpose of going there, and what would happen in school. But she had a hope that one of the girls might, or a few girls might become her friend. So the lady teacher in the class was saying something to the girls, but Bholi did not understand. She looked at the pictures on the wall. The colors fascinated her. The horse was brown, just like the horse on which the Tahsildar had come to visit their village. The goat was black, like the goat of their neighbor. The parrot was green, like the parrots she had seen in the mango orchard. And the cow was just like their cow Lakshmi. And suddenly, Bholi noticed that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her. So we see that here she was attracted to the colorful pictures on the walls, right? She was also impressed by the realistic pictures of birds and animals in the school. And then she saw that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her. What's your name, little one? She could stammer no further than that. She started saying bho, 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 and she started stammering. Then she began to cry and tears flowed from her eyes in a helpless flood. She kept her head down as she sat in her corner, not daring to look up at the girls who knew her. were still laughing at her. So when the teacher asked her name, she started stammering. This made the other girls in the class, to laugh at her. So that was the reason she could not, or she did not dare to look up at the other girls who were laughing at her. So after that, the school bell rang and the girls left the classroom. But Bholi did not leave the corner where she was sitting. Her head was still lowered. She kept on crying. Then suddenly she hears the voice of the teacher. Bholi, the teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. In all her life, she had never been called like that. It touched her heart. My dear students, this line of the text is very important. I would, request all of you to please mark this line in the text so that you can make use of it in your answers. The important or very frequently asked question from this text is, what is the role of education in Bholi, or what is the role of teacher? In that question, these lines can be made use of. So the teacher's soft voice and soothing voice touched the heart of Bholi. The teacher said, "Get up, dear." It was not a command, but just a friendly suggestion. Bholi got up. Teacher asked, "Now tell me your name." Sweat broke out over her whole body. Would her stammering tongue again disgrace her? For the sake of this kind woman, the teacher here, she decided to make an effort. She had such a soothing voice, she would not laugh at her. Bholi was determined that since this kind woman, the teacher, had a very soothing voice, she would not make fun of her stammering. She again started to stammer, and finally she could, tell her full name without stammering. At last she was able to say it and felt relieved, as it was a great achievement for Bholi. Well done. The teacher patted her affectionately and said, "Put the fear out of your heart and you will be able to speak like everybody else." Bholi looked up as if to ask, "Really?" So we see that the teacher encouraged Bholi, right? She asked her to be fearless. She also will ask her to come to school every day. So we see that Bholi felt as if, new life was waiting for her. You know, there was something which is going to be good in her life. So Bholi started expecting new things in her life. I hope you understood the chapter. If you liked my video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The other part of the chapter I would be dealing in part 2 of the video. Thank you for watching.